Why is it important to consider protection throughout the operation process? To identify threats and hazards, to implement control measures to prevent or mitigate enemy or adversary actions, manage capabilities to mitigate the effects and time to react, or maneuver on the adversary to gain superiority and retain the initiative. What is the role of protection? Protection is the persecution of the effectiveness and survivability of mission-related military and non-military personnel, equipment, facilities, information, and infrastructure deployed or located within or outside the boundaries of a given operational area. What are the 5 principles of protection? Comprehensive, integrated, layered, redundant, enduring. How can protection be maximized? Protection can be maximized by integrating the elements of combat power to reinforce protection or to achieve complementary protective effects. ADP 3-09, fires. What is the definition of fires? Fires is the use of weapon systems to create a lethal or non-lethal effect on a target. What is fire support coordination? The planning and executing of fires so that targets are adequately covered by a suitable weapon or group of weapons. What is joint fire support? Joint fire that assists air, land, maritime, and special operation forces to move, maneuver, and control territory, populations, airspace, and key waters. What are the core competencies of fires? Air defense artillery and field artillery. What are the principles of fires? Precision, scalable, synchronized, responsive, networked. ADP 3-28, defense support of civil authorities. For Army forces, what are the 4 primary tasks that are associated with DSCA? Provide support for domestic disasters. Provide support for domestic chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear incidents. Provide support for domestic civilian law enforcement agencies. Provide other designated support. What does RUF stand for and how is it established? Rules of use on force, and it is established through state laws. What are the principles of sustainment? Integration, anticipation, responsiveness, simplicity, economy, survivability, continuity, and improvisation. What is the commander's visualization? The mental process of developing situational understanding, determining a desired end state, and envisioning an operational approach by which the force will achieve that end state. What is the definition of sustainment? It is the provision of logistics, personnel services, and health service support necessary to maintain operations until successful mission completion. What is the Army Design Methodology? The Army Design Methodology is a methodology for applying critical and creative thinking to understand, visualize, and describe unfamiliar problems and approaches to solving them. What are the levels of warfare? The levels of warfare are a framework for defining and clarifying the relationship among national objectives, the operational approach, and tactical tasks. What is an operational approach? An operational approach is a description of the broad actions the force must take to transform current conditions into those desired at end state. What is a task? A task is a clearly defined action or activity specifically assigned to an individual or organization that must be done as it is imposed by an appropriate authority. ADP 2-0, Intelligence. What is intelligence? Intelligence is the product, resulting from the collection, processing, integration, evaluation, analysis, and interpretation of available information concerning foreign nations, hostile or potentially hostile forces or elements, or areas of actual or potential operations. What are shaping operations? Reconnaissance, surveillance, security operations, and intelligence operations. Define intelligence enterprise. It is the sum total of the intelligence efforts of the entire United States government. Of the entire United States intelligence community. What are the 6 interrelated categories of the intelligence process? Planning and direction, collection, processing and exploitation, analysis and production, dissemination and integration, evaluation and feedback. List 5 of the principles of joint operations. Objective, offensive, mass, maneuver, security. What describes how the Army seizes, retains, and exploits the initiative to gain and maintain a position of relative advantage in a sustained land operation? Unified land operations. What is Army doctrine? It is a body of thought on how Army forces operate as an integral part of a joint force. What does the operations structure do? It allows Army leaders to organize effort rapidly and effectively in a manner commonly understood across the Army. What is a campaign? A series of related major operations aimed at achieving strategic and operational objectives within a given time and space. ADP 3-07, Stability. List the 4 stability tasks: conflict transformation, unity of effort, legitimacy and host nation ownership, building partner capacity. When a country is in a fragile state, what does that mean for that country? It states that the country is suffering from institutional weakness that is serious enough to threaten the stability of the central government. List the 5 end state conditions for stability in operations: a safe and secure environment, established rule of law, social well-being, stable governance, a sustainable economy. What are the 5 Army stability tasks? Establish civil security, establish civil control, restore essential services, support to governance, support to economic and infrastructure development.